Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. I know that I'm a little bit late today, but I haven't been feeling very well the past few days. Normally I record these videos a day or two in advance so that I have plenty of time to edit and put them up for Tuesday and Thursday. Today, my setup is a little bit different. Normally I have my tripod and my camera up on a chair so that I get more of an aerial view, like more of an up above view. So today it's not on a chair, so it's a lot closer to the table. So I'm gonna hope that I get everything in the view. First of all, I want to tell you that I want to try just two colors with white and see how it turns out. I have Liquitex Basics Ultramarine Blue, and I'm going to move that over here out of the way. And I have Golden Artist Color CP Cadmium Orange. And the reason that I just want to use two colors plus my white that's already mixed up is because I've got some of this Golden GAC800 for a really, it says $12.99, $17.32, but it was on sale for $4.54 whenever I got it. It's an 8-ounce bottle, and I've never used that before, so I just wanted to do a couple of colors where I used some Floetrol and some of the GAC800, and I want to see how it turns out. So I have had these little 5x5 canvases for a while. I have a couple, and I want to see how they turn out. So I'm just gonna see how it turns out. I'm going to use a little bit of this white. This is Liquitex Basics that I have pre-mixed with. This is Liquitex Basics Titanium White that I have pre-mixed in this bottle. You can see I've used it in my last couple of paintings. It is just Floetrol, paint, and a little bit of water. And I wanted to put that in the bottom. And that I want to try putting my like a drop of silicone in the white to see how that turns out, because I don't have silicone in anything else, and I just want to stir it a tiny little bit. I know now that's going to be on the side of my cup. That's probably not the smartest thing I've ever done, but I know that I just need a really little bit of paint for this 5x5 canvas, so I just mixed up two colors. This orange has, I went to the 0.7, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I went to the 7.5 milliliter line with the Floetrol, and then I went from there to the 10 milliliter line with the Golden Pouring medium, and then I added my paint up to the 15 milliliter line so that it's 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. And then it was still a little bit too thick, so I added a tiny bit of water. That's good enough. And I'm going to put a little bit of this Liquitex white in between again, because if those, I'm going to put more than a little bit, because if that blue and that orange meet too much, I don't think it'll be very pretty. And then with this blue, I did 7.5 milliliters of Floetrol, and then I went from there to 10 milliliters of the Golden Pouring medium, and then it was a really nice consistency whenever I went from there to the 15 milliliter line with paint. So that's 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. But I did add like 3 drops of distilled water just to have a little bit of water to thin it a teeny tiny bit. It really didn't need the water because it was a really good consistency on its own. But I wanted to try, I had to add more water than that to the orange, but I wanted to try to be consistent in how I did the paints. I'll put just a little bit of this white on top. I don't need a lot. I'll move that. I don't know if that's in the camera or not because, like I said, my setup is different. It's way different than what I'm used to. I'm gonna put just a base of this white down, and I guess I'll use whatever this thing's called. I forget. This palette knife. Spread it out a little bit. This paint the white seems to have thickened up again from the last time I used it. And I thinned it out pretty well with water last time, so I guess as it sits it thickens up more. Now I'm going to need my fingers to smear some of this on the sides. It's not too thin, or I mean it's not too thick, so that's good. I don't really care how good this turns out. I'm just testing those colors with that golden pouring medium mixed in a little bit because I want to know if I'm going to like the pouring medium at all or not, because the store where I bought it is going out of sale, or it's going out of business, so everything is really heavily discounted. And I'm guessing that by the time I go back on Monday, they'll probably be completely out of that. Between the last 2 times I went, they sold out of most of the paints and most of the canvases that they had and everything. I guess I had more of that white than I expected, but oh well. I'll wipe my glove off a little bit. And I'm going to try to flip my cup, put it down. Okay, and I'm going to sit here for just a minute and make sure all of that paint comes out of that little cup, or that it starts to move down. Like I said before, I just wanted to use 2 colors. I wanted to do something really small just to test out using the golden pouring medium a little bit, just to see if I wanted to try to get more of it before they're all gone or not. And I picked blue and orange because they're complementary colors, so that if I keep them separated, they should look really nice next to each other. They should make each other stand out pretty well. I'm going to lift the cup and see what happens. Oh my. I have trouble with corners, so I'm going to dab what's left here on the corners and the side. I think I should have plenty of paint this time though, so I should not have any trouble with it spreading. Let's see if we have any bubbles on top. We're tilting this way just a tad. Okay. I like to let it sit for a minute to see what pops up and to see how it spreads on its own before I start tilting it. I can still see some bubbles popping. Okay, looks like we're tilting this way. Not on purpose, but it was tilting that. I could see it moving that way some, so I'm going to move it that way a little bit more. Bring it back to the center, kind of, and maybe go that way a little bit. Come back. Maybe come this way a little bit. Maybe go back a little bit. And come this way. I do have a corner catcher, but I'm not getting it out right now. Like I said, I don't really care how this turns out. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a good painting. I just wanted to, for my own personal knowledge, I wanted to test out this pouring medium. And I tested it out. I wanted to use 2 different brands of paint to test it with, and I wanted to use something small so that I'm not wasting a lot of paint to test it out. I do wish I'd saved those 2 big cells over there a little bit better, but I'm not quite getting the corners very well, even though I have a ton of paint. I'm sorry I'm mumbling. Like I said, I haven't felt very well the past few days. Let me turn it around. I have some other things that I want to try just so that I know before I go back to the store on Monday, so I know if I want to buy any more of them, if they still have any. I have some burlap canvases that they had really cheap, and some wood panels that they had for really cheap prices. I don't know if they'll have any left when I go back Monday or not, but I can see. This looks like, I don't know. I've got most of the corners except for this one, so why don't I just do what I normally do when I don't have a corner, or when I don't have a side. I can take paint off the table and tap on there. Don't have that side either. I guess this is the side I need to go to, because I don't have much there at all. I think I've ran most of my paint off. You can see it on my table. I will scrape that up and save it. I try to save, I forgot to scrape up and save my paint, my leftover paint for my last pour. But I try to save most of my leftover paints. I never know what I'm going to do with them. One of these days, I think all of my scraped up paint, I keep saying it, I think I want to do a pour that has all of my leftover paints in it. It'll probably just turn into a big muddy mess, but I'm curious to see. I think I stretched this too much and it's started muddying. I have this skewer because I have something stuck in my paint right here. I can't get it off. It's like a booger from the end of the paint tube, like where the paint hardens on the end of the tube. Let's see if we can get anything. I think this looks the coolest down here, maybe, where I didn't run most of the paint off. Still trying to get it to go over that edge though. I'll run it all off after I say that looks the coolest. I'm an idiot. See, I'm still not, I'm trying to get it like actual paint on that side right there. instead of just what I put on there with my hands. Let's turn it this way. Is that working? A little bit. Oh cool, from stretching it I'm getting a lot more blue coming through on that side. I'm sorry, you probably can't see that at all. I got a lot of it now. Got a lot of it over there now. There's still some here that hasn't covered at all. Here, I can scrape that up from under there. I like that look of it over here now where the blue's kind of coming through from where I stretched it more. That's really cool. I kind of like it now. I wonder if I can bring more things up if I stretch it some more another way. I'm still learning so much. Every time I do this, I see different things and I learn different things. So I think it's really interesting to me. I have so much fun doing this because it's a learning experience. I don't know. I may leave it like that. I think it looks really cool like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think if I played around with it, I could get more of this blue to come up, like all the little spots over here. I think I could get more of that to come up. But I don't want to stretch it so much that the orange and the blue go together and muddy. So I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with anyone who you think may be interested. Let me know in the comments below if there are any colors or any paints or any mediums or anything like that you would like to see me try. And have a blessed day. Bye. I just wanted to do a quick short little video here at the end where I string together some of the pictures that I've taken of this piece after it was finished. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.